What's happening in Wellen Park with the beginning of fall season? We're going to be discussing all the latest updates from that downtown expansion.
And then we're going to head over to that brand new high school that's set to open in 2026, and we're going to visit a new area called Village K and find out what that's all about.
And stick around to the end. We're going to visit two neighborhoods that have incredible amenity centers, very diverse pricing, and incredible opportunity to line up that move with that school opening.
Hey, are you a family thinking about moving down here in 2026? Then this video is perfect for you.
So I'm heading down to that phase 2 of Downtown Wellen Park. This is one of the main arteries. Behind me is 41. These are Tropia buildings. It's that great rental opportunity. If you're in transition here, it's a great place to be here, located right here in the heart of downtown. But we're heading into that phase 2. It is really taking shape. Now remember, we've been here since a dirt mound in a vision. And if you've been visiting this channel before and we haven't connected, it's time. If it's your first time to the channel, Caleb and I are both real estate experts, new construction and relocation experts, and we're recognized by this master plan as Diamond Certified. It means we know everything when it comes to Wellen Park, and certainly we love what's happening here. We're heading right now into that main corridor. We were just here the other day. We had spent the whole day here at the farmers market. It's that kickoff of fall season. Now fall here is quite different than everywhere else in the country. It's where flowers are blooming. You start to get a mix of that warm and cold air, but this is what it's about, that community feel. And here we are entering right into that main entrance of Downtown Wellen Park, and this is where you can truly start to feel that urbanized feel. We were just on the street the other day, and it was the first time that farmers market wrapped all the way around the bend, and you had this beautiful urbanization of buildings complementing it, so you really feel like you're in this cozy downtown area. You can see this has come a long ways. We've literally been here since a dirt mound in a vision, but here in this corridor, if you can envision it, we're gonna have boutiques like a women's boutique, a doggy boutique, some great restaurants. How about a wine bar, absolutely casual dining? Maybe there's a sushi restaurant coming here, hair salon, you get it. It's all about lifestyle. And it's not really about what restaurants or stores are here now. It's about the fact that they built this. This was a vision and they saw it all the way through. We get this incredible downtown hub. Now something has really changed here. Aside from the fact that this is coming along, we'll be open soon. What we noticed here when we were down here at the farmers market, it was a sea of families. Bunch of young families with strollers in tow, truly enjoying all the great fare. I mean, we had Greek fare, we had Indian, we had all kinds of pastries and all kinds of incredible cheese options, but it was more about the turnout. What we saw here, the energy was eclectic, and it certainly has a lot to do with now that this is no longer just an open, vast dirt mound. It's so much more than that. It's about community, it's about a gathering space, it's the main social hub that everyone loves and praises about downtown. Now we're going to meet up with Caleb. We're going to go discuss all the other aspects of this phase, what it means to the area, and we're going to deep dive a little bit more into some great opportunities for you to consider making this place your home. Now, if you can envision all the stores that we just passed by, bustling, open, people sitting street side, music playing, at nighttime, that ambiance, that true energy, that true downtown Wellen vibe that we all have grown to love. Now this is what it's about, living that never-ending summer, having downtown accessibility. Remember, all this is golf cart friendly, so you can take that golf cart from your neighborhood to this incredible downtown hub. Now let's go meet up with Caleb. There's a couple new exciting updates in this hub that nobody's really mentioning, but we think is extremely important. So let's go.
All right, we're down at the other end of the downtown Wellen Park area, and look what we have here. We have a great new hotel that's coming here, 137 rooms. This is an incredible practical solution because when people come to Wellen Park to visit or even to buy, a lot of our customers, the question always is, where do I stay? And the closest hotels to Wellen Park are miles away, probably 10, 15, 20 minutes away. So having this practical solution, a nice boutique hotel right down here, is going to give you a great great option to come and stay when you shop, and it's also going to give you a great option when you live down here and your guests are in town and you might not have enough room for them. Now you've got a hotel right in the neighborhood, and it's got added benefits. They're going to have, of course, they have a beautiful pool. They're going to have first floor retail spaces. There's going to be a great rooftop deck up top so that you can watch these beautiful sunsets over the Grand Lake. There's going to be a top floor restaurant. So this is going to become a destination that's just going to continue to add on to how great downtown Wellen Park's going to be. And it gets better. They've just announced that they're going to have a nice 2-acre waterfront right on the Grand Lake, a nice 2-acre dog park for all those little friends that we have that we want to get them out and get them their exercise. They're going to have some great mounds with tunnels through them. There's going to be hoops that they can jump through. Just a great place to bring your dog, hang out, socialize with your friends. It's a nice little social hub that you're going to be able to bring your pup to and meet all of those people who are like-minded. And maybe you can talk about that new pet boutique that's going to be downtown. Another great thing that's coming to downtown Wellen Park is another rental community just to the east of the playground. That's going to have some new interesting products. That's townhouses, 4-story condominiums, and waterfront. They're going to be right on that Grand Lake as also. I'm hoping that they're mixed use so that they have some first floor retail spaces or maybe some boutique style like a bakery or something like that. But we'll see how that all works out. But that's a great practical solution for those people that want to come down here, they want to live down here before they buy. So a neighborhood that puts you right downtown that you can rent for 3 or 6 months or maybe even a year before you buy, that's a huge solution, and I think it's great for this downtown area to be adding that. All right, we're going to head over to that school, that new Village K district, and we're going to jump into that and figure it all out, what it's all about. Let's go to it.
So here we are, we made our way down to Village K. Village K is 635 acres of designated land to surround that academics campus. I'm actually looking directly at that future Wellen Park Eagles, Go Eagles stadium. I can totally envision what this is gonna look like. And I'm currently walking through a pad right now. This is gonna be future townhomes and single family homes. Now this school is exciting. You know, remember, we're slated to be open 2026, 2027 school year. We're expecting 1,500 kids to start with. When it's at capacity, about 2,100 kids. But this is a state-of-the-art mixed development that is absolutely incredible. I mean, this is exciting. Here you are. These are future townhomes with a view of that field. Can you imagine Friday night lights, the town showing up and showing out, celebrating the Eagles, winning the homecoming game, all of the town celebrating, everyone from Wellen Park and all of their golf carts respectively making their way down here to truly live that immersive sports town feel. But it's so much more than that. This is a state-of-the-art facility. The sports facility alone is over 360,000 square feet. That's larger than Northport High School on its own. And then they have a marine biology program similar to the one in Lemon Bay, but state-of-the-art. They have all this new equipment dedicated to studying this Lemon Bay watershed, and IT is going to be at the forefront. They're bringing in state-of-the-art equipment where your kids can fully immerse themselves in all kinds of future amenities. Now this is going to be world class. This is going to be the practicality. The whole purpose of this Village K is to create continuity, walkability, paths leading to that school, leading to that downtown hub. It's all about that it's all about that community feel, slowing down, getting in your golf cart, riding your bikes, or walking all of these safe paths. Now they've created some continuity here. They've created an exceptional product where I truly think this is going to be amazing, not just for families, but imagine those retirees who want something to do. There's always going to be some sort of event going on here. It's all about supporting that community. And when I see that the community put such an incredible school together, such an incredible field, I can't help but catch that school spirit. Now there's so much that's going to be happening here. This area is truly zoned out to truly understand the full lifestyle. They have room and they have the capability of pivoting in any which way. There's going to be commercial commercial here, possibly a movie theater, nothing set in stone, but the fluidity of this is incredible because there's so much potential. So here we are, envision it, in front of the Wellen Park High School Eagles. Soon we'll have that K through 8 slated to be 2029, 2030, but this is what it's about, living that never-ending summer. Hop skip from downtown Wellen, 15-20 minutes from some of the most incredible beaches, and so much opportunity. The future is absolutely bright. Now let's go meet up with Caleb. Let's go discuss a couple opportunities, some great neighborhoods that we think present a really good opportunity to time that with great amenities and the opening of that high school. So we think there's 3 neighborhoods worth mentioning that are breaking ground or just about to, and they really coincide well with that school year. Not only that, we think they have very diverse pricing options, which makes it very feasible for all kinds of families, but most importantly, we think that they all have incredible amenities. And speaking of incredible amenities, we're standing in front of one right now. Where are we, Caleb?
Absolutely, we're here in Palmera, and behind me is that new amenity center that they're coming up close to completion. I think it's going to launch probably early part of 2026, but this is the main amenity center. That's where they have that huge resort style pool, fire pits, outdoor areas, that they've shaded outdoor areas. They're going to have that tiki bar. They're also going to have a formal restaurant on the inside, and that's not it. There's a whole second building over here that has their pickleball, tennis, their fitness center. There's going to be a golf simulator in there. It's just going to be quite an amenities compound here, and that's what people are looking for, especially the families. They want a lot of amenities. What's another neighborhood that's
before we jump into that, let's also talk about the diversity of this neighborhood, why it makes it so good for all these different types of families. You've got Madame's coach homes starting in those 300s. You have Neal communities with a really good affordable single family home from the 4s to the 600s. David Weekley starting in those 700s, upwards of that million. We have Homes by Town with that 1.1 to 1.3 range. And then we have ICI, really they're custom, so the sky is the limit. Their sweet spot, like Cable will tell you, is probably 1.2, 1.3, but upwards of 2 million. You can really blow it out.
And there's also MI homes here, where similarly, they're close to kind of what you would see with the Homes by Town. Probably that 700 to 800, all the way up to about $1.2 million, $1.3 million.
The point is there's diverse options, really something for everyone. And of course, with this incredible amenities, it really is a great option for families. Speaking of great options, something new that just broke ground, we jump over to that downtown corridor. We have Oakbend. Oakbend is going to be a co-build by ICI and Toll Brothers, smaller footprint than here, 60-foot lots, 50-foot homes. Incredible opportunity to be near that downtown hub. We're not going to get too much into specifics, but I can say that they have these 2,500 square foot homes that are the sweet spot that really think are a good balance, either for that retiree or that new family that's starting out. But I think one thing that we're getting tremendous buzz about is that other neighborhood around the corner.
Yeah, that's Taylor Morrison's Esplanade. That neighborhood's going to be something special. That is amenities rich, where they have that incredible what is it? They have their
they have their Bahama bar.
That's what it is.
They have their wine club. They have a culinary club. They have commercial kitchens. They really blew it out. I mean, they're going all out. It's about all-inclusive resort style living. But again, another neighborhood that has those very diverse price points. For
sure. You're going to be starting off in their most basic models. You're going to be in that high $400,000 range, and then going up, maybe it'll touch $1 million, maybe even a little bit over with Taylor Morrison, but you have that premium option there. John Cannon has reserved some lots right around the golf course, so you're going to be able to build a custom home right on that golf course, but not have that membership, because remember, it's independently owned. It's not owned by the neighborhood, so you have the beauty of a golf course and none of the responsibility and none of those fees as well.
That's right. We've covered it before. We'll certainly cover it as it goes. It hugs that Mayaka Pines golf course, public-private membership, but the beauty of it is the views, the proximity to everything. I mean, it's super close to those beaches, right?
Absolutely. You have Inglewood Beach that you can get to the south, and then if you want to head a little bit north, you can go to Minnesota Beach, and then you can head all the way up to those Venice beaches. So options everywhere, beaches are everywhere here close to Wellen Park.
Now, if you want to learn more comprehensive insights on any one of these neighborhoods, we have videos covering all of these neighborhoods, complete deep dives. This is meant just to give you an understanding of where we are and great opportunities, but there's a lot more about this master plan than homes. It's about that nature, about that green space. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, they've got some great parks that they're adding. You know, there's been miles and miles of sidewalks, but they're actually sprinkling in some some shellstone paths parks here. So we have two of them. One of them's the Buttonwood Trail. That's off of Minnesota Beach, right behind Palmera, and that's going to be 2.1 miles of shellstone paths to kind of just get yourself out in nature. Take those kids for a walk, go out, a nice kind of, I imagine it'll be a bit shady because that's a grown preserve there, so it's going to kind of just meander through the woods and be a nice little short walk, 2.1 miles, and then you have a second option with that Oakbend Trail. That's going to be over between Lake Spur and Everly, and it's going to go around the 50-acre lake that they have there. They haven't started construction on that one, but they expect to start that one in early 2026.
Overall, the master plan of Wellen Park has over 30 miles of trails, and it's growing. Tremendous green spaces, things for everyone. But what about those little kids? They need a place to play as well, don't they?
Absolutely. Right now you have the spot in downtown. That's a great playground, but they're adding a second one, and I'm telling you, this thing is something special. That's Park 87. There's going to be a satellite fire station that they're putting in Wellen Park at the intersection of Preto and Minnesota Beach Road, and they've chosen to blow it out. I'm talking a 27
this thing is a spectacle. 27-foot tower with fire hoses and horns, all kinds of bells and whistles, slides. They really went on. I kind of feel like they were building it for us, but you know.
but if you have little ones that are going to love it, they're going to be you'll be able to hit the horns. There's all sorts of sensory games that they're going to have there, plus a great place to play. And I saw that they're going to have sun tarps over a large portion of it, so most of it will be shaded. So those little ones, you won't have to worry about them being out in the blazing sun.
You know, so you're starting to see a theme here. This master plan, the fluidity, the cohesiveness from the school to that K Village to Palmera to Oakbend to Esplanade, all great opportunities. Of course, the green space. But let's talk about some practical retail. We always talk about the convenience is a premium here.
Yeah, retail's expanding. We talked about that downtown, but it's getting bigger beyond that. We had that Costco that opened up this year, and now we've got an Aldi that's going to be put right next to
20,000 square foot Aldis, right?
Yeah, huge. So you're going to have a Publix, an Aldi, a Costco, all right within Wellen Park. So you have great options there, and that's only beginning. They're going to be talking about doing the Publix marketplace. They're going to be starting that within about a year. My secret source told me. So there's going to be great options, whether it's big grocery stores, retail options. What other great options are coming?
A couple of small practical things. You may think we have one too many in the region if you've lived here, but we have a car wash coming. What is that? That lightning fast car wash.
Yeah.
Now, I know you may think there's one too many, but quite frankly, I need my car washed. If there was one on the corner, I would have washed it today, but the other one was a little inconveniently out of the way. So that's certainly one, but let's think about big picture. Let's think about healthcare. There's a great facility coming here. They're bringing Exalt Health. That's a rehab facility. It's a $30 million, 40-bed rehab facility for neurology, for physical rehab, but they understand that people don't just want to go to the doctor, they still want to live and emulate that resort style living. What a great practical solution for our elderly demographic. They've really thought of it all, but there's a little bit more coming to the area. It's going to be ever fluid. There's so much happening. Now, we've covered that phase 2 downtown, that urbanized feel. It absolutely feels incredible. It truly feels cozy. As large as this 20,000 acre master plan is, it's starting to feel like a really cozy community.
It is, and one of the other last things that we're going to mention are a couple of the roads that are going in. With that new school that's going to open up, they're going to be opening Minnesota Beach Road from River Road all the way west to a 776. So access into Wellen Park is going to get a lot easier. Right now, it's all through Route 41 coming in from the north, but with an east and a west entrance, I think the access to this area for all the people that are coming to the area and for people who live here that want to get out, whether it's to go to the beach, that new Minnesota Beach Road is going to get you directly to the beach, and you're going to be able to enjoy it a little bit more conveniently.
Now, there's a lot happening. The situation is fluid. Listen, we are on a YouTube channel. This is our primary source of communication, but we are 100% professional realtors, new construction experts, relocation experts. We come out with weekly videos discussing Wellen Park, Sarasota Greater Region, and all the latest developments. If you want to be the first to be notified, just hit that notification bell and subscribe. If you know any families considering making that move, trying to balance all of those moving parts to time that move for that school year opening, reach out out to us, what do they have to do to get a hold of us?
You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or set up a Zoom so that you can sit down with me or Lanier or both of us, and we can talk about your plan, what you're trying to achieve, what that budget is, what kind of a neighborhoods and the amenities, or maybe what you need to be close to. So our job is to represent you from very beginning, very early. Just when you're watching these videos, that's when our relationship starts, and we take you all the way through negotiating, closing, and then even after closing, when you need a recommendation for some contractors, we're your boys to give you that information.
We've helped so many families recognize and realize the dream of living down here in Wellen Park. We did it ourselves. We moved our families down here. We not only sell the dream, we get to live it.
All right, I think we've covered everything. Wellen Park's a pretty special place going into 2026, and maybe it's a place that you need to consider. So for This Week in Venice, Florida, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Lanier.
And we'll see you next week.